Alright, welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, your friendly neighborhood gamer here, Liam. We are heading into Call of Cthulhu Chapter 8, The Riverside Institute. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted to the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Oh, that's what happened. Spoiler. Way to spoil the surprise. Like, I didn't know that when we left off in the last episode. Thanks, game. Okay. Loading times. To be honest, I was actually expecting more scares in this game, especially with how many occult items I am intentionally grabbing, diminishing my sanity more and more, just for you, the viewers. Yeah, you better appreciate.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
Nobody notices any spelling errors in this game. This game is perfect.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down. His skin losing its color.
That being
His
said,
body
nobody
rigid.
notices any spelling
I
errors
closed his
in
eyes
anything
myself.
that I make either.
They were glassing
So
over. I didn't want them to dry out.
my videos
and I
are
couldn't bear
perfect.
to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will.
Professional.
I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
Well, for me personally, I would immediately consider diabetes.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
Okay, so those two mixed together definitely stimulate the idea of a parasite of some kind. I would consider probably a gutworm?
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Metamorphosis.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find
Definitely a
an explanation.
metamorphosis.
You have to.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
I disapprove of Fuller's methods, but his treatments have saved more lives than I can count.
And Mr. Blake? You said yourself he was dying.
I don't know what to think for now. What I'm sure of is that Fuller is hiding something from us. And I need to know what that is before I take a chance exposing him.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Old bedpan. Washing station. No light. This is the most atrociously lit hospital room that I have ever been in. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Mr. Dreamer is doing his work. Let's inspect all the patients first.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
With a ventricular fibrillation. A ventricular fibrillation, okay. I'd have to double check what the medical standards were back then. So far, this game has been pretty close, as far as my education entails, to proper medical terminology, but I'm sorry. All of my knowledge, if someone has a ventricular fibrillation, you don't just leave them with an IV solution. That requires drastic measures.
Hay fever? What's he doing here?
Hay fever? It doesn't look like hay fever. He looks like the other guy too. These guys all look related. Which, you know, medical field would cause me to start looking into the history. Family history.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Okay, so that patient, so this patient. Let's go down the edge of the room. Let's edge it up a little bit. 'Cause I'm edgy.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Okay. This is obviously the nurse's station, or one of them.
What is the boiler room key doing here?
Oh.
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to
Okay, I
find
just
it.
have to remember it's there because it won't let me grab it right now.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Yeah. Look into family history. Straight jacket with blood and necrosis? Is that necrosis? What? Woman.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
The fuck is up with
His binds
hands?
left bloody wounds.
They did this with his bindings? That one's gangrenous. Folks, don't ever come to this hospital. I mean, obviously the storyline says that, but just from what I'm seeing here, no.
He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
You tell her, lady. I mean, that was a little bit more blunt and straightforward than I would have said, but you tell her. Look at that shit. Damn. If you removed his arm, from the looks of this, it would probably be right about there, maybe a little higher. And as it gets higher, if it gets into that particular bloodstream, this guy's got maybe a couple days. Maximum. He'll probably be dead by tomorrow afternoon. Granted, I'm not a doctor. My medical training does not go into doctorates, unfortunately, yet. We'll have to see if we can remedy that with a... Okay. Maybe it's just the lighting in this room, but that blood looks old.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
That seems similar to what the other guy was doing. Look at his feet, all of the scaling. Oh, what's the term for this? I can't remember what the medical term for this is. It's not on his hands. Only his feet. It is a true medical condition. Oh.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Irene? Alright, the file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with quiet and rest that she needs.
Mrs. Sanders?
I'm hoping that this is not caused by Peterson's visit to her house. Alright, I did realize something, so we're going to have a short clip in here because I forgot to put a timer on my phone, so give me just a second. Alright, we're back. We just have to remember to go to 39 minutes, and we should be good. 38 minutes, maybe. Alright, we've examined all the patients in this room. Where's Dr. Fuller's office? I don't want to go to Fuller's office yet. Let's talk to a few of these people out here. Which way is Fuller's office? I don't want to accidentally go into Fuller's office.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Really? Interesting.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Okay, open parentheses.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
But... Sounds like an appropriate thing to say, right?
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patience here.
Dude, this must be the most inbred island. These are all the same model of sailor.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patience here.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with
May have
work.
mistaken you for one of your cousins.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
Sense tension between
I
these two.
have nightmares. They keep me awake every night.
Oh, damn
It seems stupid, I know, but
I mean,
they're
he
terrible.
doesn't look like any of them.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Dr. Colden. Do you want something?
Yes.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor.
No. Not yet. Let's go. What's this? Storage room?
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Okay. Fair enough request, except that you can easily mark that down. I've done that in inventory before. If they need it for a patient, it is not for you to keep them from being able to provide care for that patient.
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
There's a key to the storage room, pharmacy, washroom, surgical ward. All of those keys are here.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you. I'll be going.
Alright, let's see. Is there anything here that I can mess around with? Oh. Apologies if I come across as a know-it-all medical student. I am an EMT. I don't have all of the medical knowledge. There's things that I could be wrong about. I simply give my personal opinions as far as I am trained as to what I would suspect and what I would do if I were the one responsible for the care of a certain patient.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
That doesn't look good. It really doesn't. Patients and personnel eating the same food. I don't really like that.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Yes, I can see that. I wanted to talk to you. Fine then.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show. Dr. Colden?
Fine then. Don't talk to me.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
I don't really want to go that way yet.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
She might.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
I kind of like this doctor, but she's kind of ignorant at the same time. Like, truly ignorant. They always, like, people of that sort of attitude and demeanor always find time for such petty games. Don't ask me where they find the time, they just do.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Alright, so I can follow that to the boiler room. Fair enough. No, not going that way. Administration? No, not going that way. Let's close that door again so that I don't think I've already searched the entire area. There was a storage room here.
Dr. Colden?
Let's see. Medicine and secret sciences. Okay, but this person is a master medical person. She's masterly trained in medicine. Pharmacy.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Damn. That book kind of, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I could be completely mistaken, but I believe that book has to do with the morphology of a person's brain and like the physical morphology of a brain and the correlation between that and their criminal behaviors.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
I bet Dr. Fuller has a full list of medicines somewhere. Alright, let's go this way. That's the boiler room. That is Fuller's office. What's this guy doing sitting out here? No smoking in the ward. Asshole. You, get your cousin to stop smoking. Surgical ward. Seems there's a doorway into Fuller's office. That might be the way to go to get in.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Oh dear. Okay, well.
Dr. Colden?
I'll be going.
Oh. This room. Okay. I don't want to go into the surgical.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
She needs to keep her mouth shut. She's gonna get herself into real trouble. Alright, so that's a vent. I believe that leads into the men's bathroom. Good to keep knowledge of, because I think they're setting me up to have to use those vents and other hiding places. Now that I know where Fuller's office is, I can look through other stuff. Another book on medical sciences. Oh, I should remember where those are. Okay, well, if I come in here with Detective Pierce, then I'll have to figure out where the rest of them are again.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Wow. Just wow.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Wow. Oh, goodness. All right.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Okay. Well, boiler room then. There it is.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I see that key? Ah, yes. The office in Block B. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
How else would I distract Donovan?
She's a witch, an old hag.
Is there another way to distract Donovan? Like, seriously. There's usually multiple ways that you can go about something in this game.
Everybody says it. She's a Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Courage.
Thank you, Doctor.
No way to encourage her to make a ruckus for me, unfortunately. Yeah, so far I'm not finding another way.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
This boiler room is in shambles. Look at all of this. This is unacceptable.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
There's adequate tools all over the frickin' place here. Why can't I grab one of the tools? Alright, well, find a tool. Let's go to the bathroom then.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Everybody says it. She's a witch.
Alright,
an old
where
hag.
else? So
didn't
not
make
in
this
there.
up.
Let's check the storage
And
rooms.
I'm the one who pays.
Not this storage room. Aha. He's done cleaning the bathroom. Fair enough.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Oh, poor Elizabeth. Like, where are you going? Oh.
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Oh.
I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
I'm good. Don't anybody make comments that was clearly by accident, but, you know, obviously I'm good. Alright, well, let's...
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins.
The patient appears to
This
have
finger
finally
belonged to a
accepted the
woman.
illusory
Why
nature
keep
of
it here?
what he calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Why is Ethan on medication?
Wait, there's a shoe in there.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Ho, 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 ho. What am I looking for now?
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Interesting.
I must go back to the basement.
Still locked.
I should go another way.
I'm gonna get caught. Okay. All right.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
She's not. Okay. Well then. Mistakes were made.
Now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
I knew it. I knew it. Question is, could I have avoided it?
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
The Necronomicon.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Oh, he's a good man. I think. Or at least not. Well, I suppose I can't make a determination if he's good or bad. From the looks of all of the tattoos and scars on his arms and body, it probably would be better to assume that he's just on our side in this particular case. Anyways, that is the end of Chapter 8, and we will be moving on to Chapter 9, back in the Riverside Institute once again, in an attempt to rescue Marie Colden. You all have